Okay, shall we start? Not much more, huh? So we have few more slides only. Maybe 2 hours we will finish it. Okay, I've already talked about what have going to happen in the future business, correct? The focus. One very important thing that one very important thing that you may expect here to happen in the future is digital transformation, which can affect all businesses, correct? You know what's digital transformation, right? They're using the AI intelligence, cashless payment, using smartphone, smart devices. These are the things in the future that will be widely used by people and business. For example, like online shopping, online platform will become more and more prominent in the future. Okay, it's already started, but it will become much more important activity in the future. Okay. Another area that you also must consider talking about future important is environment. Okay, businesses are giving important to what they call as sustainability of environment. So what they do is, okay, no more talking, quiet, no more talking, no more talking. Okay, so whatever they do, whether their operation or their production, all take into account sustainability issue. That means they will start thinking about producing products which are protecting the environment. Okay. So of course the government will give incentive for firms to engage in this kind of activity or producing this type of product. Okay, now, thank you. Okay, quiet. Okay, no more talking, quiet. Okay, some of the trend that will happen in the future, artificial intelligence, as I already explained to you earlier on. Nowadays, let's say if you want to contact an organization, you cannot go there anymore already. They ask you to use their apps, ask you to get into their online, system. You want to chat with them, they have chat box. You type your message, they reply. So all these are related to AI. Less people are used. They use AI in order to do their operation, replacing the work of people. Okay, so these are things that can happen in the future. So when you do your project, you must also look into this kind of thing, whether this is an important area of that particular business that you have chosen. Okay. Internet of Things, IoT. Yeah. Nowadays, everything is connected to internet. Your home device, your computer, your TV, all smart TV, everything are connected to internet. Correct? From here, you can check what's happening in your home. You can switch whatever at home and you can control from here. That is IoT all about. So businesses are also devising or producing products that are in this kind of nature. Blockchain is the supply chain of the product. Okay. Sustainability is also a very important area because of the government providing a lot of incentive for organization to produce product that does not damage the environment so much. What kind of incentive? Tax incentive, grant, research incentive, a lot of incentive given by the government in order to encourage firm to get into this kind of activity, produce product which are green. Okay. So that is also another area. So you can relate that to example like, okay, eco-friendly product. Okay. To government policy, you have to look at what kind of incentive the government gives. Incentive, for example, like maybe tax incentive. Okay. Tax rebate, tax incentive, whatever. Okay. Find out the industry you choose. Is there any kind of incentive the government is giving to the firms? Okay. You have to provide specific detail. Don't give general answer. Since you are choosing an industry, so it has to be very specific to that industry, policy related to that industry. Okay. Okay, digital transformations. Also very important area. We know that there's a rapid growth of what they call as e-commerce or digital payment system. Nowadays, we talk about e-payment, cashless payment, cashless payment. That means you don't use cash anymore. So how do they do that? They have created what they call as mobile wallet like PayPal or e-wallet. Sometimes they call it e-wallet. Example like PayPal is an example of e-wallet. Yesterday, I told you about cloud computing, cloud. That means saving all the material that you have in the cloud rather than in your computer. Okay, then you can have access to this. But in whatever location you are, you can have access to the material that you have stored in the cloud computing. Now, with the 5th generation network, all this is becoming or moving very fast. You're all using your handphone, smartphone, 4th generation or 5th generation? Your smartphone. The 4th generation or 5th? Your phone is what? What generation? 4th generation. Now they already have 5th generation. The features will be a bit different. You understand or not? Okay, that is all changing very fast. So of course, businesses are affected by these changes. If they don't cope with these kind of changes, then they will be left out. You understand or not? Okay. There. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Other changes, workforce dynamic people. Nowadays, you know what they call as gig economy? Have you heard this about this? Do you know what's a gig economy? Don't know, please use your ChatGPT now. Use quickly, find out, tell me. Gig economy, what is this? Those days, people work full time. You go morning, 8 o'clock work, you finish work 5 o'clock, correct? Now the workplace work dynamic changes. People don't work like that anymore. Correct. People want freedom. They want to work when they like only. So what do you put there? Gig economy. Freelance. Like, you know, the Grab driver. Today they don't want to work, they can. If they want to work 20 hours today also, okay, up to them. They decide how they want to work. Freelance. They call freelance. Freelance meaning you are not attached to any organization. Of course, there are advantages and disadvantages. Understand or not? You don't have a fixed salary. Your income depends on your work, how much work you put. So you decide how much time you want to spend for working. Correct? So this is gig economy. A lot of young people today are taking this. They don't want to attach to one organ. Like myself, I work for Help University. So I have to go to work every day, 8 o'clock and finish my work 5 o'clock, like that. Okay? I have to spend my time like that because they are paying me for that. Of course, they will cover me for insurance, everything. There are other benefits. But gig economy, they don't have all this kind of benefit. But they have the flexibility. Flexibility means they can choose how they want to work. Okay? They can take any kind of job. You offer them, they do it. A lot of young people today thinking like that. Okay? So that is also changing in the workplace. So we have what they call as the remote work and gig economy becoming a norm. You're working from home. A lot of people now work from home. They don't have to go to the workplace. I have my niece who work from home. Good lah, fun, correct? No need to travel. Why? How is it possible? It's all because of the digital transformation, because of the IT advancement. Without that technology, you go back to the old way of working. You have to go and work, look for employer to work. But today with the digital transformation, a lot of changes that are happening. So you understand what's the gig economy, changing everything now. Freelance platform, for example, like hybrid work model. People can work as they like. So focus on reskilling and upskilling of new job requirement. Reskilling meaning there are certain skills that you have acquired over the time, it may become irrelevant. Your young people, you must pay always a lot of attention to reskilling, reskill. Don't think that you get a degree. What is your degree? Bachelor of Business, major. I think most of you marketing, right? Huh? International business, okay. But over the time, you must learn how to upskill yourself, get new skills, make yourself relevant. If you don't do that, you become irrelevant. Irrelevant means you find very difficult to find job. because some of your job can be taken by the machine, the AI. Machine can take over your job, no problem. So you have to know how to make yourself employable. Employability is through reskilling and upskilling. Okay. So these are something becomes very important. Those days, people, they study 1 degree, they can live with a degree for 20 years until they retire. But today you cannot do that. Okay. These are changes in the workplace. Another important areas that the trend related to health and wellness revolution. People becoming more educated. You know, people, when they become more educated, they become more aware about the importance of health. And they know what can affect their health. You understand or not? So they pay attention for that purpose. So here you'll find increased focus on mental and physical well-being. That's why nowadays in the workplace, they talk about work-life balance. You know, work-life balance, not work. Not study, like that. You must know how to balance. Work-life balance means you must have work, okay, very important for economy purpose, income, social, also very important because you have another life with your friends and family. This important, this also important. So how to make it a balance? So that is also very important in order to achieve better mental and physical well-being. So example like telemedicine, fitness apps, personalized nutrition, you know, nutrition food, what kind of food you should eat, all that. Nowadays, a lot of information you can get about this because you have the technology to get all this detail. But don't believe everything that you see, you know, you read. You must know how to do research. You research, then you can find out what is the best way to eat your nutrition. Okay. Consumer experience and evolution. Another area, hyper personalization. Now consumer, they don't want to buy something which is very generic. So they want to be very personalized. So you can personalize by choosing what you want. So for example, today, with the internet, all that, you can select things that you wanted for yourself. Okay. So that is personalized, hyper personalization. Empowered with AI power. That means artificial intelligence support. Subscription economy. Subscription economy means you subscribe. For example, what are you subscribing to? Do you subscribe to Netflix? Why you subscribe to Netflix? Okay. Do you subscribe to The Economist? The Economist. What is this? Do you subscribe to this? No. You know what's the Economist? The Economist is a magazine. You can type and see. You can read article, latest article about econs and so on. But if you want to read, they don't give you free. Certain article they give you free, but most article you have to be a subscriber to read the article. So you subscribe. So you subscribe to Netflix, you subscribe to this one, Amazon, you subscribe to Economist, you subscribe to many things. This is called subscription economy. Today, a lot of people are subscribing to many things. And what they do, everything is through internet. Because of the internet. If you don't subscribe, you have to go and buy, look for the magazine to buy, correct? Now you can subscribe for ebook, you can do anything you want with the internet, and it's much cheaper. It is much cheaper to do it. So this is also becoming very important in today's world. Okay, now let's look at example related to industry. For example, like automotive industry. What is the changes you can see? A lot of car makers are now moving to electric vehicles, correct? This is the trend today. Number two, in healthcare sector, what do you see? Telemedicine. Sometimes telemedicine is through phone, tele. Okay, you can get advice from the doctor, or sometimes using, the internet technology, they can make from remote, they can do surgery. They can guide the surgeon to do the surgery. All this can happen today, is happening today. So it's all internet focus. Number 3, retail and e-commerce. Okay, this one, they're using a lot of AR apps, like your QR code, making payment. A lot of now organization, whether it's big or large or small, they are all using this kind of code for payment, correct? The growth of direct to consumer, DTC, direct to consumer, that means directly selling to the consumer. These are all happening through social media platform. This is shopping platform. Shopping platform, sorry. Like what you said, you are most of the time using example like Shopee, okay, Lazada. These are all example where you can use it. Okay, in the retail industry, you'll find so much of changes like that. Okay, everything you can buy online if you want, and it is relatively cheaper to buy online. Okay, energy sector, transition to clean energy. That means less use of carbon energy. You know carbon energy? Carbon energy, petrol, coal. These are all carbon. That means it produces a lot of smoke, black smoke, carbon energy. Slowly moving towards other form of energy like using battery. Battery use mineral called lithium. But that also not very good, they said. So today, organization looking at hydrogen energy, the gas hydrogen, much more cleaner, okay, safer for the environment. So that you see the changes happening in the energy sector. Okay, challenges to address. Number 1, regulatory hurdles. That means there are a lot of government policy that firms now must abide to. The firm must follow. They must abide to all these kind of policies. Of course, this will increase their costs. Okay, let's say if the government said they want organization to start producing green product, then the organization must change the kind of material they use for producing the product. Okay, they have to use material that does not damage the environment. So this alternative material may cost them more money. Okay, the reason is because the government give incentive for this purpose, and they may ban the production of certain kind of material in the future. For example, plastic-based material may be banned in the future. So if you are using plastic today, in the future, you cannot be using plastic anymore. You must find an alternative packaging method. Okay, so that is regulatory hurdles. Because we use a lot of internet today for shopping, for payment, etc., transfer of money, whatever you want to do, a lot of things you use this. But internet, there is one big issue: security risk. People can hack into your system and they can steal your ID or whatever. They can buy things under your name. Do you understand or not? So that is also a risk. So this is some challenges that they have to rectify to make sure that to get more people to buy things through internet, they have to ensure that purchases through internet or transaction through the internet is secure. So that's why when you buy things from the internet, you will receive a message, right? What message is that? OTP message, one-time password. You receive that, they ask you to enter the one-time password. Then only the transaction will be successful. If you don't enter it, the transaction will not work. So those person who has the phone, the owner, will receive the OTP. But that also they said not safe. So now what they want you to do is download the apps. You know, the apps, the bank apps you download. It goes to the apps. And then from the apps, they ask for approval. You must click that and you approve the transaction. Why they do all this? This is for security reason. Why? Because there are a lot of security, cyber crime. You know, cyber crime is something that happening all the time. Now we are talking also someone are stealing money. No, they are hacking your system. So very careful when you do online transaction. Economic uncertainty. This is also another challenge. For example, like COVID-19, 2019 COVID problem. It's all uncertainty. We did not expect all this kind of thing to happen. But once it happened, it can affect the businesses. Okay. Then you have resource constraint. For production, what we need? What do we need for production? We need resources. Correct. You study this in chapter 13, production and cost. If resources constraint here means difficult to get the resources, that means you are having problem to produce. So that is also a challenge. So if we want to change to produce electric car, you must have the resource for electric car. What's the main resource for electric car? Is the mineral called lithium. Not easy to find. So if you don't have that mineral, how to produce electric car? Because the battery use that kind of thing. Okay, so that are the challenges. Okay, any question here? Any question? So think about what are the challenges in the industry that you may be choosing. Okay, strategic recommendation for business. So you may require to give some recommendation in the last part of your answer, your project. What recommendation you can give? Some suggestion given here. This is general recommendation. But when you choose the industry, it must be recommendation specific for that industry. Okay. So what kind of recommendation can be considered? Innovation, investment in R&D, innovation. Why? Because of the digital transformation, firms must start thinking about innovation. A lot of money should be given for R&D, improve the product. Because today the life cycle of the product is very short. You cannot sell one product for 5 years, 10 years. It will last only for 1 year. After 1 year, you must come out with a better product. If you don't come out with a better product, then you are losing your customer. Your customer will go to some other producer who are producing more advanced product. You understand or not? So this is challenge. So this is important. So when you think about recommendation, think about it. Okay? How to innovate. Innovation doesn't mean like innovation for phone, computer, even food innovation also they have. If you are talking about business, food business, there are innovation related to food. You know, the experiment, different kind of food, how to produce and how different kind of menu. That are also innovation. Okay. So must embrace innovation, give importance to innovation, adopt sustainability, think about how to produce product that can be sustainable, correct, to the environment. So that is also important. So incorporate eco-friendly practices. Eco-friendly practices, for example, like use the material which are eco-friendly. These are also because of there are regulation. You must meet the demand, the need of the regulation that is set by the government, or you need to meet the demand of your consumer. Why your consumer is changing the way how they look at things, product? Because most of them are becoming more educated. Most are becoming aware about the importance of environment. So they will support firms They will support firms that produce eco-friendly product. Products that are not eco-friendly will be rejected by consumer. If that happens, then you're losing your market. Okay? Okay. Shh. Quiet here. No talking. Okay. Focus on agility. Agility means not rigid. Agility means flexible. The firm must be flexible to adapt and change according to the environment. You know business environment? You know what are the business environment? Business environment. Anyone? What are the business environment? Your business environment like this. You have one. This is external environment. And drawing a diagram or model showing business environment. Huh? Okay, this is called the external environment. This one is the internal environment. Changes to the external environment or changes to the internal environment will affect the business. So what are the external environment? For example, like political environment, technological environment, social environment, economic environment, which is not under the control of the business, can change. Like digital transformation, AI coming, which is changing the technological environment. Affecting the business or not? Of course, affect the business. So the business must respond to the change in the external environment. So example like legal and political environment. Like government come up with a policy is legal and political environment, which is one of the external environment. If the government come up with regulation, it affects business. You cannot say, I don't want to follow. You have to follow the new regulation set by the government. If you don't follow, they will charge you in the court. They will take away your license. So you have to follow. Change in like recession, that is economic environment. Recession happening throughout the world. So the business are affected by this. Social environment, demographic change, people, you know, nowadays you find people are very mobile. They move around. Last time you see Vietnam people is Vietnam only in Vietnam. You see majority Vietnam, but today you can see so many different kind of people living in Vietnam. Correct? People who are working here. Your firm in Vietnam cannot survive if they don't take people from other country because they need expertise. Some expertise will come from other country. They have to employ them, bring here. That is a change in the social and demographic environment. So like that, called external environment. Internal environment, what is the internal? Internal is the inside the organization, the environment. So what are the internal environment example? Huh? Again? Workers, very good. Internal environment, the work structure, organizational structure, the culture of the organization, the culture, how they do things in the organization, the policies, the managers, the system they use, operating system, whatever that the organization use is called the internal environment. Changes in the internal environment can also affect the organization. Changes in the external environment can affect the organization. Organization that can survive, organization can adapt to these changes. That's what they call agility. Agility means flexibility. Agile means flexible. Okay, can change accordingly. So can adapt to the market uncertainty. Yeah. Enhance customer centricity. That means give importance to what the customer wants. Don't produce product as you like. Find out what the customer wants, produce goods to support their needs. Then they will buy the goods from you. Okay. Okay, conclusion here, future industry will be defined by blended technological innovation, sustainability. These are the very important area, technology, sustainability, and consumer-centric strategy. So when you recommend, you may want to consider looking at these three important areas for recommendation. I think there is a part called recommendation. So you must provide some kind of recommendation or conclusion. Under the conclusion part, you can do that. Okay. So business must be what? Proactive to adapt to this trend. If they are not proactive to adapt to the trend, they may be disappearing from the business environment. That means they will not survive. Okay. So roughly, this is what all these areas that you required to know in order for you to do your project. I already explained what's the meaning of all this. So when you do your project, in the project, the structure, project structure is your project. Follow the structure of the project to give your answer. I cannot show you because the project is released on 28th of January. Today is what? 20? 24th, 23rd, 24th. On the 28th of January, 8 a.m., you go to I think your university will release the question. Okay, so once you get your question, I will put the question, what is the focus of the project? Then I put the project structure. The project structure is the structure of your answer. I give you the structure, many parts. Every part used as your heading, your headings. And then I put there what you must write for each part. Then you write accordingly. It's a very structured one. So don't worry. You follow the structure and provide your answer, you definitely will pass. But make sure you choose a industry or firm in an industry that you can find data. Because you have to support. No, you have to support your discussion with evidence. Evidence means data, examples, must support. If you don't support, your answers are very weak. Can pass, but cannot score. Okay. Now I'm going to give you one example of an industry. But you don't choose this industry, because I use as my example. Okay. Example, local restaurant industry. Okay, overview of the industry. This is how you can write the overview. I told you yesterday, overview, right? Local industry encompasses of, for example, you can say fast food, casual dining, fast food, for example, like KFC, all these are fast food. Casual dining, that means not very expensive. You can go to the restaurant, normal restaurant and eat. Or fine dining. Fine dining is more expensive. Or specialty restaurant. So there are different kind of restaurant in your country, right? These are local restaurant industry, consists of different kind of provider. And what are they providing? For different kind of people, different type of people. Not everyone like fast food. If I am very conscious about health, I will not eat fast food. Understand or not? If you want to put on weight, you want to put on weight or not? Let's say you want to put on weight. You just go and eat McDonald's burger every day and drink one Coca-Cola. In 1 month, you will be very big. In 1 year, you have 101 disease. You get diabetic, your kidney will have problem. So that is the danger of fast food. Fast. Eat fast. Die also fast. This is fast food. You want to eat fast food? Eat once a while. Don't eat all the time. Not good. But of course, some young people, very busy, student, very busy. So easy thing to eat is you want to just fill up your stomach. You don't care about your health. Okay, go and buy fast food. There are people like that. There are people who think their income level are very high. So you must explain now why do you have different kind of, restaurant that's offering for different group of people, because not everyone are like that. So some people say, okay, they have just nice money to go and eat outside, so they choose a normal place to eat, which is, fair price. Then some who are a bit more, earning very good income, upper middle income category, for example, upper income category, they can go and eat in fine dining restaurant, very expensive. One time you go and eat, it will cost you maybe 500,000 dong. One meal, 500,000. Have you eaten like that? One meal, 500,000? As a student, one meal, how much you spend? Your lunch is one meal. How much you spend for one? 50,000 dong. This is 10 times more, 500,000 dong. You can eat nice food, but 500,000. Do you have the money? Student don't have the money. For student, fast food, casual dining. Enough. That's your level. For working people, not everyone earns very good income. Correct? But those who are expatriate, executive, good income, they can go and eat in fine dining or specialty restaurant. So these are businesses catering for different kind of people. Don't think local restaurant means stall. No. Restaurant means there are many, you observe and see, there are many kind of providers. You understand or not? Catering for different kind of market segments. Okay. So overview of the industry, restaurant evolved from simple into a very sophisticated kind of restaurant. This is simple, this is sophisticated. Of course, this is cheaper, this is expensive. Okay. Most people will go here, selected people will go here. I just give you a very simple industry overview of local restaurant business. So where you go, it's all depending on consumer preference and taste and their lifestyle. You know lifestyle? If you give importance to lifestyle, I don't give importance to the style. I give importance to life. I don't want the style. Understand or not? For me, what is important is life. Some people, lifestyle. What's the difference? Life means I need some food to eat. Good food. So I look for good food. Not expensive. I'm not saying expensive. Good food to eat. Okay, I can live. I will not die. Correct? Lifestyle different. I want to eat in the fine dining. That style. Show people that, oh, I go and eat here. Take photo and put in your Instagram. See where I'm here. Take selfie. These are lifestyle. People who love lifestyle will do things like that. You all do that? Take selfie, take photo, upload in the Instagram. You all do that? Sure. Young people like to use Instagram a lot, I know. You don't have Instagram? But don't upload everything that you take in the Instagram. People will know you. Understand now? Who are you? What you like? Where you go? People will study you. If really they want to get you, they will know how to get you. So never expose yourself in the social media. Must know how to use the social media for good thing only. Don't throw everything about yourself in the social media. Then you become exposed. Everyone knows about you in very detail. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I only use WhatsApp because I am forced to use. My organization said must have WhatsApp so that they send message, I will know. Other than that, I just focus on use phone for calling, WhatsApp for receiving important messages, email for official messages. Other than that, I don't want that because I don't want the style part. Because that gives me a lot of problem. The lifestyle, the style, when you are engaging a lot of your time in Facebook and Instagram, very tension. Sometimes too much of emotion you put on this. You understand or not? So what do you want? preference, very important. But young people today, they give importance to lifestyle. They choose the place, they buy expensive clothing. You know, they force their parents to go to this outlet to buy clothing. They don't want to wear any clothing, one expensive one. Giving stress to whom? Giving stress to the parents because they need the money to pay for all this. I know my daughter also like that. That's why I don't buy for her anything. She will go and buy because she know what she wants, which are all very expensive. Buy for her phone also if she want iPhone. You know, I said any phone also can work. What? Why you need iPhone? Buy iPad, pad also net. What they call it? Notebook or whatever. You want Apple only. This is lifestyle influenced by friends, peers, and so on. My friend using this, I must use this. Okay, clear? Size and scope. How big is this industry? Size and scope. How big? Okay, local industry generates substantial revenue for the economy. Find evidence. Find evidence. How much they contribute to the economy. If you can get the evidence, very good. Sometimes you can Google the local industry contribution to the economy, how much? You get the evidence, you provide the evidence. How many percentage of people work in this industry, employment? Okay. This industry can be run by one person. No, they put there multitude. Multitude meaning from a very simple restaurant owned by one person to a very big restaurant which has many outlets. Correct? Like franchise fast food, there are many outlets. Everywhere you can see. So from a very small business restaurant to a very complicated one, which has many branches. So this is also very important, talking about size and scope. Okay. So from small family-owned restaurant, eateries to a large chain. Large chain restaurant means they have a lot of branches. Chain, so more than one. Okay. Restaurant outlet they have. That is related to size and scope. And you give an example. Example can give what? What is a family run? Give example. It's a large chain restaurant. What is the important restaurant in Vietnam? Very popular one. So many outlets they have. Give me one very popular restaurant. Google. You ask, right? They will give you answer. No problem. Large chain restaurant in Vietnam. Give me one. What is it? Okay, there are many. They give Tortilla, Burger King, Pizza Company. All these are franchise on. Mostly are franchise. Okay, in Hanoi they have Met Vietnamese restaurant. Vietnamese restaurant. There's so many here. Correct? Okay. That's the meaning of large chain restaurant. But mostly are franchise one. Franchise one, for example, like the KFC, McDonald's, Popeye, etc. Okay. Market structure. This restaurant business, what kind of market structure is this? So I found it is to be monopolistic competition. Remember, market structure we can divide into 4 types: perfect competition, monopolistic competition, monopoly, and oligopoly. Local restaurant business fall under this category called monopolistic competition. Then these are the characteristics. There are many providers of this business here, and they all provide differentiated product and services. Entry, easy to enter. Entry barriers are very low, allowing new restaurants to enter the market easily. Although establishing brand recognition and building loyalty will take some time. To enter, very easy. To create your name, it will take time. Because nowadays, people go and eat at your restaurant and they give you feedback, right? They rate your restaurant. And nowadays, they use social media to promote the restaurant that is think very good. Have you seen a lot of people promoting? Say, this is a wonderful restaurant, must go and try, 5-star. That will attract attention and a lot of people will go there. But that will take time. You understand or not? But to enter this business, very easy. You can start the business very easy. You're talking about food stall, small stall. Just sell soup noodle. How much money you need? How much money do you need to sell noodle? Soup noodle. How much? 1 million dong can start. 1 million dong can start already. No problem. Correct? Do you have 1 million? You have 1 million? Everyone can have 1 million. So easy to start. But to create the brand name, the recognition, to establish your name in the market, it will take time. Okay. The third characteristic, product differentiation. You go to the restaurant, you will find the menu are not the same. They all sell food, but they have very unique menu offering. Ambience means the environment in the restaurant. Some are very basic, some are very cozy ambience. Okay. And the customer service. Some restaurant, you sit down there for 1 hour, no one come and see you, ask you. Some restaurant, they sit only, they come and approach you. I find in Vietnam, your restaurant service fantastic. You go to Malaysia, sometimes the restaurant, you sit there, they don't even go and approach you. Bad service. Understand or not? So, this is also important. Differentiating your business with other people's business. They're all selling similar goods. Understand or not? Similar. All selling food, but different in terms of how they prepare the food. The ingredient they use, the taste are all different. And also to differentiate yourself further, service. Provide better service. So people will talk about your restaurant and people will promote your restaurant in the social media. Nowadays, social media is a very powerful tool. Okay. Okay, that is some characteristic of this market. This is how you write the characteristic. Okay. Okay, take one short break, 15 minutes. When you come back, we will look at a demand and supply analysis. Okay. Fifteen minutes break. Can go out, rest, whatever you want to do, go exercise, run, talk. Then we come back. The class don't talk. How you think you know? Yes. Okay. 9:30 already. Okay, shall we start? Okay, let's look at demand supply analysis about what are the factors affecting the demand for restaurant services. What are the factors affecting the supply? So one very important factor affecting demand is income level. Now you see, or you find out there are more people who are going to the restaurant to eat because of their income level. Higher income category people will go for restaurant that offers fine dining. Okay. The lower income categories, including student, normally goes to the casual kind of dining or a much cheaper kind of restaurant. Okay, that income, very important factor. Demographic. Demographic, you find the people in Vietnam mostly are young people, but still slowly aging already now. You know, aging because the growth rate of people in Vietnam is slowing down. But generally at the moment still it's a very young population. And another important thing happening is urbanization. You know, urbanization, a lot of people from the rural side of Vietnam moving to the city to work, look for a job. So when they come to the city to look for a job, therefore there will be growth of what? Demand for food, eating places. So that's also another factor. So when you relate to demographic, one very important element that you can talk about is the urbanization. It is the movement of people from rural side to urban side. Another factor, demand factor, is cultural preference. Why we have different type of restaurant in the country is because of this reason, cultural preference. Some people like to eat with the family, so they go to a places where they offer family-oriented kind of dining. Family, they like to eat together. I think Vietnamese people like to eat together, right? They all go out together with their parents. So you will choose restaurant that offers you this kind of service. Or generational, quiet. No talking, huh? Generational preference. Generational preference here means young generation, old generation, older generation. Young generation likes to eat where? People like you all call the young generation, younger generation. Where is your preferred place to eat? And the older generation, where do you like to eat? They like to eat traditional food. The older generation like to eat your Vietnamese food. Young generation like to eat fusion food, Western food, Vietnamese food, any kind of food they like to try. So that is also another factor affecting demand for restaurant, different kind of restaurant. Okay, some people choose restaurant that offers freshness and authentic food. You know, authentic, using the ingredient which are local ingredient, authentic. Authentic means like pure Vietnamese food. They use all the ingredient they can find in Vietnam and cook. That is called authentic Vietnamese food. Very difficult to find. But some people will look for this kind of restaurant that offers freshness and authentic food. Therefore, there are restaurants that offers this kind of service because there's a demand for it. So we know that the buyer or the consumer of this particular industry, there are many different category of people. Okay, some are young generation. You can divide them like based on demographic, based on income, and so on. then they will choose the place they want to dine. Okay, consumer perception. So consumer perception is also very important demand factor. Some consumers, they want what? Quality food. They don't want to eat any kind of food. They're looking for quality food. So they look for a restaurant that offers quality food. Some will look for quality service. Service is very important. Some choose restaurant because of the ambience. Ambient means the atmosphere in the restaurant. That's very important. They don't simply choose to eat in any place. They want a place which is the atmosphere is very, very conducive for dining. Do you give importance to ambience when you choose a place to eat? Yes or no? But you pay higher price. For example, their service are better. The ambient means the environment, air condition, sitting very comfortable. Understand or not? Like you go to a Starbucks coffee shop. You have Starbucks, right? You pay more, but the ambience is better than some other place. No, right? Then it's not worth it to pay that price. Okay, but there are places where the ambience, sometimes they play music, soft music as you're eating, soft music, very nice. You enjoy your food. Not so noisy. Understand or not? Very clean, air conditioned, nice sit. That is called the ambience. Okay, some people choose that. Of course, you have to pay much higher price. Okay, so that is come under consumer perception. Okay, cultural preference also we can look at traditional flavor. Some consumer will go for restaurant that offers traditional flavor. Some go choose restaurant for social status. This is where they go and eat or dine in fine dine places and pay higher price. These are normally people who has higher income category. Yeah. So these are some of the factors that affect the demand. So you have to give more detail about each factor. You understand or not? Don't just give point. When you write down, you find the details. The details you can find using your AI tools. You can use your AI tool to find the facts and then explore and then expand your point accordingly. Okay. Okay, supply factor. What are the factors that affect supply? Labor costs. You know how much is the labor cost for a restaurant? You open a restaurant, how much is the total cost? Labor cost is how much? Between 20% to 30% of the total cost is the labor cost. You go to fast food, the labor cost is cheaper, lower. But you go to a fine dining, they have to employ people who are well trained. So the labor cost will be much higher, maybe 30 or 40%. Okay, so labor cost is a factor in deciding, okay, for a seller, whether a supplier or the restaurant operator, whether to able to manage the restaurant or not. If the labor cost going up, of course, they have to make changes to the price and they charge you higher price and so on. That may affect their business. Ingredient, the things that they use for cooking, also very important. Cost. If ingredients are very expensive, if we are using organic ingredients, then you go to that kind of restaurant, you pay very high price. Okay, so ingredient is one very important factor. Technological advancement in kitchen equipment. You go to fast food, their technical advancement very high. They can cook very fast, correct? But the taste is quite standard. But you go to a fine dining, they cook, for each person, it will take you about 20-30 minutes before you can get your food. But the food may taste better. In one, let's say in 1 hour, how many chicken can they fry in KFC? A lot. Because they use more advanced instrument or equipment, cooking instrument or equipment for cooking. Okay. Okay, that is a lot of changes you see happening in the technological aspect. Then we have location, availability of suitable location. If we choose a location in the city, the rental will be very high. Correct. But the crowd is bigger. But if you can't afford to pay the high rental, then you're going to look for places which are far away from the city. But of course, not many people will come and visit your place unless people have promoted your place in the social media, showing that how wonderful your food is. Then people are aware, they may come to you. Okay. So location factor, very important. So these are some of the factors that can affect the supply, labor cost, ingredient cost, technology, and also the location. Okay. Next, competitive dynamic. So when you talk about competitive dynamic for local industry, we can divide into independent eateries, regional eateries, national franchise. Independent eateries is you can find in certain location only. Regional means they have regional change. That means they have in Hanoi, they have in Ho Chi Minh, every part of Vietnam. Then you have national franchise. Franchise is outlet where they give to other people to run for them, their business. Okay, so this, when you talk about local restaurant, these are the competitive dynamic. We can divide it into this. So the competitive strategy varies. For this one, all these are different strategies they use. Okay, so most of the restaurant will be focusing on what? Price competitiveness, especially those who are selling casual dining, restaurant related to casual dining, fast food. Price competitiveness is very important. Fine dining, not so much. Fine dining, people willing to pay higher price for that. Okay. Quality, emphasis on quality. Some emphasis on quality. They say their food is fantastic, quality is fantastic. Some innovation, they keep on changing their food taste and preference. Then you have niche offering for certain group of people only. So depends on the business. If you're talking about fast food, of course, they go for price competitiveness. If you're talking about fine dining, your focus may be on quality or niche offering for certain group of people. For example, you go to, now in Vietnam, they have also restaurant that offers for certain people from certain country. Like Indian food, they have why a lot more Indian restaurant you can find in Vietnam is because there's so many Indian people working in Vietnam. That is niche marketing, because they are catering for these people, not so much for the Vietnamese people. But if they can get Vietnamese people to eat Indian food, good for them. The reason is because the number of Indian in Vietnam is increasing. Like myself, I have to look for Indian food. So yesterday I have my dinner in Saigon Indian cuisine in the city. Quite expensive. 3 of us, each one must pay about 200,000 dong. So it costs us about 600,000. Understand or not? But that is catering for this kind of people because their tastes are different. We cannot be eating Vietnamese food all the time because we are not used to that. We can eat once a while, but once after 1, 2, 3 days, then you are looking for your own type of flavor, Indian spicy food. Therefore, if there's only one Indian working in Vietnam, I don't think they want to open the restaurant. If you can see so many Indian restaurants, also they have Malaysian restaurant, in Vietnam town, catering Malay food and so on, because there are so many Malay tourists. Malay, in Malaysia, they have 3 important races: Malay, Indian, Chinese. There are a lot of Malays likes to come to Vietnam to buy textile material, fabric. They go to the Bantam market, they go and buy, take back and sell. So when they come here, the number are big. For them, they need halal food. So they go and look for this. Therefore, there are restaurants that offers this for this group of people. Now you understand or not? This is called niche market. Okay. Marketing effort plays very important a crucial role in attracting and retaining customer with social media. As I told you, social media and online review is now very, very important. Have you given online review or not? Places where you have eaten? How many star they will ask you, right? For cleanliness, how many star? For ambience, how many star? For price, how many star? For service, how many star? 1 star means very bad, lah. 5 star means fantastic. If you give 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, review very good. And then on top of that, you take photo and you put in your Instagram, you put in your social media, you share with your friend share with their friend, your friend share with your friend. So in few days, so many people know about this place. Then tomorrow you see long queue, people wanting to come and eat there. You say that is a very important tool, marketing tool, social media. Now everyone are using social media. Even your university are using social media to advertise, to find student and so on, correct? So how you all came to UFM? Where you get your information? Website. So social media, website. Okay. Okay, what are the competitive strategies? So competitive strategy varies. Some restaurant focus on, as I told you, price competitiveness. That means they will promote that their prices are relatively cheap. That is price competitiveness. Some focus on quality, some focus on innovation, some focus on niche. I already explained this. These are the different strategies. Okay, price strategies can be cost-based pricing, which I already explained yesterday. Cost-based pricing. Let's say if your cost is $10, you want a profit of 10%, so you sell at $11. That's how you fix the price. Value-based pricing is based on how the consumer value your food. If they have put a very high value for your place, you can charge them very high. So, example, okay, value-based pricing, I already explained in yesterday's class. Restaurant uses this kind of pricing method. Menu engineering, analyze, design, pricing. We also call menu engineering pricing. Every menu they have menu, for example, one item price. They have combo, different pricing. So this is how they engineer their menu. Menu that is very basic one, lower price. Menu which is more special, food they offer you more higher price. This is called menu engineering pricing. This is done by restaurant business. So focus on understanding the performance of the menu. Some popular menu prices are higher. Some popular menu are profitable. Okay. Then menu which are not so popular, the price they adjust all the time. Let's say menu A, very popular, the price remain. They don't change the price because everyone wants to eat. Menu B, not so many people come and choose menu B. So what do you do? Do the adjustment of the pricing to attract more people. Understand? This is called menu engineering pricing. You analyze the menu and fix the price accordingly. The more popular one, price are more fixed and premium. The less popular one, the price keep on changing and become very, they give a lot of discount for that kind of menu. Okay. Okay, changes in market condition. Changes in market condition, for example, like changes in the food price will shift the consumer preference. Can prompt adjustment in pricing strategy and maintain profitability. That means we know that the food industry, the demand and supply keep on changing. The ingredient they buy, all these are all becoming different prices all the time. So restaurants are affected by the changes in the market condition. So they are required to revise their price to make sure that their profit is not affected. You understand? Okay. So that is also very important in strategies, pricing. When you talk about pricing. So the right pricing is important for what? You must have the right pricing strategy for what? Profitability. Number 2, retain your customer. Very important. Okay. government regulation related to this hotel industry. One very important regulation is food safety standard. All restaurant business must follow this standard, food safety standard. If there are cases where people eat your food and they get food poisoning and admitted in the hospital, and then you go and complain, then the authority will come to your restaurant and check your food, whether it's true or not. If it is found that your food is contaminated, not clean, dirty, they will give you a warning, ask you to back up, clean up. Otherwise, if you did not change, they will ban your restaurant. Is there any restaurant like that happen? Do they give grade or not? A grade, B grade, C grade for cleanliness in Vietnam? In Malaysia, they have. If you go to a Malaysian restaurant, first thing you look, the grade. A means very good, clean. That means inside the kitchen all very clean, in order. B, okay. C, not good. Don't go to C. Go to B, okay. Not A, definitely fantastic. Do they have this kind of grading in Vietnam? Star, how many star? 5 star, very good. Then, so the restaurant food have 5 star. And then you must go to that kind of restaurant. Safer, cleaner, better. So you go to 1 star one, you go back and you suffer. Maybe you may have, not eating the food, you may eat something else. Some rat drops, so very careful. So that is called food security, safety, very important standard. Restaurant must maintain this one. Nowadays in Malaysia, they have, because of the religion, this halal certificate. Have you heard about halal? Halal certification. The Malay Muslims will go to places which they consider to be halal only. That means the ingredient they use for cooking must be halal ingredient. You all look at halal certificate. I don't look because I'm not Muslim. You can use any ingredient for cooking. Okay, as long as it's clean, good, I can go and eat. But they said halal. To get the certificate, it's not cheap. Process very tedious. Do you understand or not? So depends lah. If you really want to cater for the market, Muslim market, you go and get the certificate. Of course, it cost you a lot of money. A lot of condition they put. If you don't follow the condition, they will remove the certificate. Labor regulation. Okay, labor regulation also applies for all industry. It's not only food industry, it applies for all industry. The minimum wages, the hours of working, these are all very important. Zoning laws. Zoning law is local authority. They said certain places you cannot set up your restaurant. Restaurant must be in this location only, zone. Yours is this zone. So like that, there are laws related to zoning. Licensing requirement. You cannot simply go and open a stall. You must go and get the license, correct? Yes or no? They must display the license. They have the license to run the business. Of course, there are so many illegal operators, providers, small one, illegal one. Of course, the one that's selling roadside, they may not have the license. But when the authority come, they will take their item, remove their item. So licensing, very important. Okay, related. So we have to follow the regulation of what the government has set, licensing, tax policy, minimum wages. So these are things that applies to all industry, okay, including the restaurant industry. So restaurant business or any business must comply to this regulation. If they don't comply to this regulation, what happens is their business will be terminated. Terminated means you cannot run the business. Your license will be removed. But following this kind of regulation set by the government definitely will increase the cost. You understand or not? Increase the cost of the business. But no choice. You have no choice. You have to follow the regulation set by the government. Okay? The purpose why the government regulate the market is or the industry is to make sure that the consumer gets the right kind of food, understand not? So that they are paying the fair price, they get good food and so on. Okay, let's look at consumer behavior and preference in the hotel industry. There are many factors that affect the consumer behavior. One is taste and preference. Very important or not, taste and preference. If you're preferring traditional food, then you go for restaurant that offers you traditional food. If you are someone who prefer food which are cheaper and fast, then you go to the fast food outlet. So that is your taste and preference. Dietary restriction. That means there's something that you have to follow your diet. If you think that you want to take care of your health, you want to eat only good food, organic food, then it restricts you to go to certain kind of outlet only. If dietary restriction is not there, you can eat anywhere you like. Okay. Convenient. Some will go for convenient fast. That's why nowadays a lot of people order online. Correct. How many of you like to order online food? Say the one already. Any more? That two. But of course, online food, you order online is slightly more expensive, right? Because you have to pay for the delivery. But that's okay. It's convenient for you. You don't have to drive. You don't have to go and look for the place. You can look at the menu online. You can choose whatever you like accordingly. Very convenient. So you go for convenient. Okay? Yeah? Vouchers also. Then they have also vouchers. Very good. Then you can use the voucher in the future to buy. Okay? Social trend. What's the trend in the market? Some people will follow the trend. There are a lot of people who promote the food in the social media. That creates trending. The trending will attract a lot of people. People who likes to go on that, they will go on social trend. Economic concentration is pricing. Correct? If your income is low, you go and eat at places which offer you very basic, simple food. If your income level is very high, you will be dining in the fine dining area. So understanding this consumer preferences is very important in order for you to attract the right kind of customers and to retain them and to make profit. Okay. Okay. We're coming to the last part here. Trend. Future trend and outlook of this industry. There are, as I told you, sustainability, very important. Now, people, as I told in yesterday's class, I said what? People are slowly moving towards what? Meat, shifting from meat to eating vegetable-based kind of food, correct? From non-organic to organic food. So these are all sustainability issues related to that. There are more and more people going for this. Health conscious, also very important. So when you provide food, you can prepare food using a lot of ingredients. Some ingredients are not very good. Contain what they call as MSG, monosodium. This one, very bad for your health. It can increase your blood pressure. It can cause you some other health problem in the future because a lot of chemical. So some restaurant will say, no, we don't use this material. No preservative. We use original material, ingredient, like that, traditional material. Of course, cost you a bit more money, but more people are looking for this type of food. Okay. Technology, I already explained to you. Dining experience, like because of the changes in consumer lifestyle, because of their income, they are looking for places which are offering good atmosphere and so on. So you must create that kind of ambience if you want to attract this type of people who consume because of lifestyle. So these are the changes that you can look at can happen in the future. So all organization, whether it is a restaurant or any other kind of organization, will have to pay attention to this type of changes, future trend. So that will be your conclusion on what happening you think will happen in the future. So what I've explained is exactly roughly what you are required to write in your project. Okay, any question? There any question like to ask? Anyone has any question to ask? Any question? No talking, no talking. Talk to me, not talk to your friend. There any question? Again, my advice, when you get your question paper on the 28th, look at the question, look at the project structure, and look at the instruction. Instruction also must follow strictly. Look at the rubric marking, assessment criteria, how marks are given. Rubric marking, I will give you in the question paper, there will be assessment criteria and the rubric. How many % for concept? How many % for critical thinking? How many % for reference? Look at that. Look clearly, understand clearly that every aspect of the project, and then start planning to decide which industry you want to take. Okay. So I told you yesterday, don't fail. You should not fail. Project, everyone must pass. You fail because of what? I given you the reason yesterday, correct? No reference, no citation, copy and paste, using ChatGPT to generate answers. That one all you cannot do. You can use the AI tool to understand the question and look for the material and use the material accordingly. Understand? Submit, upload to turn it in 3 or 4 days before the due date so that you have time to make changes. How many times can you resubmit? Any number of times, no problem. The final one, when you submit the final one, you put your answer book, your reference, all that together, complete. The first time submission, just answer enough. You want to check your answer. The first time you submit your answer only. Second time, submit the answer. Any changes or not? Finally, you said no changes, right? Then you prepare the complete answer, your answer book, your answer reference list. Then upload. That finished already, submitted already. You have done your work. All done in the same link. There is no other link. You understand? Only one link for you to do the submission and turn it in. Okay? Remember that. Clear? Any question? How many words? 3,000 words. Project is 3,000 words. Maximum you can go is 3,500. I did not write, but maximum 3,500. But do not give less than 3,000. Okay? Minimum 3,000. Maximum 3,500. Okay, you should ask question now. We're going to finish the class already. Any doubts? No question. Don't have. Okay, if you have later on after the class, you can see me. Yeah. Okay, with that, we end the revision. That's it. So all the best to you all. Okay. So take care. Make sure do your project. You already done your group assignment. You already done your midterm, correct? Only one more reminder. Make sure you do this. Then you are done already.